This is Black Myth Wukong. The game is now PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So this is Monkey Souls, so basically Dark Souls, but a Journey to the West style and focus, where you will go about battling various mythical forces in what's been described as more of a boss rush type of scenario, with little bits of semi kind of open world segments connecting everything together. So I had previously taken a look at this on the PlayStation 5 Pro with the inherited PS5 settings, and it was kind of rough. Like, it wasn't really a great way to experience the game, but and I still was a little flabbergasted that people were loving it so much, considering the quality of that version of it. But here we're actually getting a greatly improved selection across a couple of the modes. So two modes now have pisser technology, quality and balanced. So this is the quality mode. So quality previously was a 1600p cap at 30 FPS target, but it was actually uncapped, so it could go beyond that. And now it's using pisser technology, so it actually has clarity to things such as the water. You can actually see the water. It doesn't look all fuzzy and stuff. And in general, the picture quality is a lot better here. A lot better. And then we have the other option that we can switch to from the display settings, which would be the balanced mode. There's also like motion blur and stuff, so you can adjust that. So balanced mode is an interesting kind of game mode for this one, because now we also have 120 hertz support. So before, basically balanced mode was like 1080p 60 FPS. Now things are a lot higher, and it's supposed to be, if you have 120 hertz display, targeting a 40 FPS mode, which is intriguing. And yeah, I would say here it feels a lot more fluid while retaining a higher visual quality, and also, again, not having the fuzz and whatnot of FSR. So kind of an interesting choice to put that sort of an option into this. And then from there on, we have one more graphical mode, which is performance mode. So performance mode is your 60 FPS targeting mode. Now this one is a little weird because they didn't add pisser to it, and I don't really understand why. So this is your 1080p FSR, 60 FPS mode. And like still kind of the way to go about it, because you actually get the fluidity. So yeah, not the greatest update to this game, if that makes sense. Like, it looks fuzzy, and like visual clarity for balance mode and quality mode have been enhanced, obviously. Like the PS5 Pro enhanced option is definitely making those like better, but like, I guess they also mentioned the input response speed has been improved in the performance mode, but like, I don't understand the point of kind of not applying pisser to everything unless just the scaling for everything is weird, because I don't really understand what the goal of this PS5 Pro enhanced offering really was. Like, it does make some of the modes, look better. Like, the clarity is a lot better there, but being an action game, you kind of want the highest frames you can get. So it's weird that we're basically making sacrifices and not really, because like, this doesn't look good to me. Like, it looks really blurry and fuzzy, the performance mode. The FSR is very, very like blatantly noticeable. And then like, if you switch up to, say, quality mode, it's just like, it's not fluid really, and like, it definitely looks clearer, which is great. You know, obviously ideal to have kind of a clearer picture, but yeah, I don't know. This to me is one of the more disappointing PS5 Pro enhanced offerings I think I've seen. Like, I guess now we can enjoy the beauty of the game a little bit better, like in terms of the detail, like, you know, the fidelity of it. Like, you know, the rocks look really great, and all the fauna and stuff like that is fantastic. And I don't know, it doesn't really. It just seems like an odd kind of thing, right? Self-advance, set spells. Yeah, there's like a store. Actually, I do need to use my skill upgrades. Like, obviously, this picture quality looks a lot better. Whoa. I don't like this character. This character's really annoying. And there's no, like, skipping the cutscenes or anything, and I'm just kind of stuck having to listen to this character. So I guess it's cool that they added Pisser, but I was just kind of hoping that they would kind of have something a little bit more impressive.
It might be humble, but my shrine is very versatile.
Because, like, yeah, it's cool to get the 120 hertz, and 40 FPS is a mode that's becoming a lot more common. But yeah, I would have preferred Pisser with a high frame rate. Would have been kind of the ideal thing. So now I am a bug. Okay. We'll try balance mode. And again, it's like a VRR, very low refresh rate kind of thing too, right?
The cicada form may help you explore, but beware, this form does not last forever. Should you find yourself lost, just follow my voice. Off you go.
Let's go and do this. Because I do think it's a great idea to have like a quality mode in video games that allows us, you know, to have, well, a balance mode that gives us the quality kind of settings, but with that 40 FPS I think is a great idea. I guess mostly what we've done is essentially push towards getting a higher resolution offering at 40 FPS, but I just was kind of expecting like a 60 FPS that looked a little bit higher for fidelity for this game. Like, I guess it's a pretty demanding experience, but it's just kind of weird. Like, it's genuinely strange. Like, I guess it just looked like fuzz last time I played it on the PS5, and I was like, this is the game everybody gets all excited about? I was like, huh. I was like, the performance wasn't good, and I guess now the performance is better, so, you know, that's something, I guess. Gameplay-wise, a typical kind of Dark Souls type thing, right? You're going around doing action, fighting. I keep forgetting to do the skills thing. The skills to come get your thrills, or did I already do that? No, I already did it. Okay, never mind. I really am just that weak, so. Anyways, showing off the game, talking about it, of course. You go in, there's like a really intense mythical opening and some clouds. And then you're off into your adventure doing the Monkey Souls thing and fighting various enemies, meeting weird quirky characters, using your various abilities in order to attack, damage, and make your way forward. It's got very stylistic combat and gameplay style to it. But yeah, all the typical Souls tropes, you know? Healing yourself, dealing with the stamina that you have, making the right combat moves in order to survive, taking on bosses, gathering the mythical souls-like things, and slightly improving yourself as you go on this journey. You just have some different like ability type things that you can harness and use, and yeah, like, I mean, it's a pretty good looking game if you can kind of look past like the quality of it, if that makes sense, like the way that the consoles kind of, well, I guess the console didn't really, I guess you can say consoles now, right, because of the PS5 Pro and the PS5. You can kind of look past that and be like, oh yeah, this is probably like a really, really great looking game and stuff. If you're able to you know, kind of look past that thing and be like, oh, the level of detail, the environments, everything like that's quite nice. Also, kind of drives me crazy, and I assume it's like a motion blur effect or something like that. But like when you pan side to side, you can kind of see like the non-blurriness around like just the edges of your character. It's like a really weird kind of ghosting type effect thing. It doesn't look very satisfying visually. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see them kind of have a performance mode that pumps things up. I will say though, the water clarity, it just looks like a lot better. That's one of the big things I've noticed when we're switching from using FSR, is just like the way the water looks is much more natural and realistic, and it doesn't look as fuzzy in video games. So, oh no, we died again. But yeah, my real hope was performance mode that was, you know, kind of using Pisser to get to like something like 1440 to 60 would have been pretty cool. I mean, if they do further updates, I'm sure I'll try to dive back into it. And it's like, I want to use performance mode, but it just looks so awful. like, it looks really like fuzzy and blurry, and it's just like, it's weird that the other modes got like some love and updates, and in this mode they're just like, nah, we're good. I wonder if it just like had like a weird effect or something. If that makes sense, like if it had some kind of weird kind of option there. I really don't know on this one. It's kind of weird to me what they were aiming to really achieve with it, because I don't know, because it took a little bit for this Pro update to come out, and I'm just kind of like, eh. Like it looks so, yeah, that like shimmery kind of thing on the water. Hmm. Oh, and of course, again, like I'd mentioned, kind of Journey to the West sort of concept in this one, being adapted here, and you're just making your way, doing these battles, and, you know, the beginning was kind of neat with, like, a big opening kind of god thing above the clouds, and you're fighting all these things, and you're like, oh, okay, there's a lot going on, and you can kind of tell that it's really dubbed, though, like, yeah, it's English in that, it's a little, like, eh. The water actually, okay, that is the biggest thing for me, is the change from like FSR to Pisser, is like the way that like liquid and stuff is handled is just such a, I don't know if it comes across properly when you're watching the video on like YouTube and stuff, but I hope other people do attest to that as well, that it does. That's one of the biggest things that's bothered me this whole generation of gaming on like the PS5 and Series XS and stuff like that. Is just how blurry everything is, and how awful water looks, and so shimmery, and like it kind of, it really makes water look like how water used to look in previous console gens, and it makes it look proper, and yeah, I do really genuinely appreciate that. I just don't know if I could play like a Souls-like game
Another monkey, I see.
with like low frame rate.
Enjoy
I don't know. I'm a little bummed out by this update. I gotta be honest with you.
What say you?
I mean, like, it's insane, the level of quality and stuff, and visually it's like nice, but it's just kind of weird to have an action game like this and not, you know, fully be able to enjoy the fluidity stuff of it. Take him out. Why does rolling a lot extinguish fire, but not standing in a pool of water? I'm going to die. Oh, I died from the flames. Monkey souls, no! Well, that was heartbreaking. I really thought this was the little monkey that could. I thought this was our planet of the apes. I thought we were going to have a conquest for the planet of the apes. I thought this was going to be the rise of the planet of the apes. I thought we were going to go beneath the planet of the apes. I thought we were going to have a war for the planet of the apes. And then I thought we could have a kingdom for the apes. For the planet of the apes. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. So I would say your probably best bet for this one, if you have a 120 hertz display, would be the quality mode. Or sorry, the balance mode, kind of getting the quality modes, kind of a little bit of visual stuff, flare, but with like a little bit of a higher frame rate. But you're still probably going to need performance mode, because it's just like, for how demanding this type of game is for like precision and hitting things and actually being able to like, you know, make a difference combat-wise, it's like you really need... You really need that performance. All the people that play this genre, I'm sure, are used to low performance stuff, especially if you come from like Dark Souls from like the PS3 era and stuff, am I right? Ow. I think I'm gonna die. Yeah, I got him down to half health though, so that's, you know, I'm getting better. I guess this was a failure of the Planet of the Apes. He sure put me in the corner. I will say though, like as far as quality goes, the Pisser does make it look a lot better, and they have pushed like the resolution a bit more, and it doesn't look as fuzzy as it did. It's just performance mode where we're not really getting anything except for like better response times. It still looks really fuzzy and blurry. Okay, I thought that was gonna be a block there. I don't want to fight the giant-headed creature thing. No thank you. It's gonna let that thing live its best life. I want no part of that. What's up, foxes? Anyways, hope this was helpful for understanding the PlayStation 5 Pro Enhanced offering of Black Myth Wukong. You know, insane, amazing, all that stuff, but at the end of the day, not quite what I was hoping to see for this this type of experience, that's for sure. I was certainly hoping for something a little bit more technically impressive. I do ponder why performance mode kind of missed out on the Pisser integration, but maybe the Pisser was too much for them. I don't know what to say. It's an interesting choice, nonetheless. Yeah. Take that, wolves. Tiger wolves things? I don't know, whatever these creatures are. I thought I don't know, maybe I didn't kill that thing up there in this life. Sure, if I fought the thing up there, the big boss, a dozen times, eventually I'd probably win. Yeah.